All right, gang, we are going to be working on our Chapter 1 review, all the essentials that we need for this test. Again, we are working on page 4, the very last page of our review packet. You'll notice that this whole page is dealing with lessons 1.5. So I did write down some vocabulary to make sure that you know about. So again, these are the vocabulary words that you'll find in this chapter section. Complementary angles, those are the angles that add up to 90 degrees. Supplementary angles, those are the angles that add up to 180 degrees. Adjacent angles, those are simply angles that are next to each other. So here I have your common vertex and your shared side. The two adjacent angles in this picture are angle number 1 and angle number 2. They're right next to each other. Then we have the linear pair. Linear pairs, remember, are two angles that are adjacent, but they have opposite rays as two of their sides. So you have a ray going this way and you have a ray going this way. And these two angles right here add up to 180 degrees. And then the last one that we have are the vertical angles, and those are angles that are equal to each other. And those angles are equal to each other because they point at each other. So it's the two red angles that are vertical, and then the two black angles that are vertical. Those are all of the special angle pairs that we had in this section. Make sure that you understand and know all of those. Sometimes they tell you this information, sometimes they show it to you in the diagram, so you have to pay attention. Let me adjust what we have here, and we will take a second and look at question 37 and 44 on the bottom of this page. Okay, on these first four questions, 37 through 44, I wanted to go through these directions because sometimes they give students trouble. It says angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary angles. Given the measure of angle 1, find the measure of angle 2. I wanted to remind students that sometimes we say that these two angles complement each other, or you want to find the complement, complementary and complement. They are basically the same thing, and you need to find the other angle that makes the pair total 90 degrees. So for number 37, you simply have to do 90 minus 35, and the measure of angle 2 is equal to 55 degrees. When you get to the next chunk, it says angle 1 and angle 3 are supplementary angles. Given the measure of angle 1, find the measure of angle 3. Again, an additional word that they might use is supplement. In either case, these angles add up to 180 degrees. So no matter how they term it, you're just going to take 180 minus what they give you. For number 41, you'll subtract 135, and you'll get 45 degrees. That means the measure of angle 3 is equal to 45 degrees. The other thing that I wanted to mention were question 45 and 46. Just looking at the picture, sometimes you know how to write your equation. In 45, notice that you have a straight line and it's divided up right here. As soon as you see that, you know that that's going to be a linear pair, and it will total 180 degrees. So you have a part and a part and a whole. And then in question 46, they ask you for supplementary angles, complementary angles, and adjacent angles. Remember, you can name those angles. You can group those angles any way you'd like. But remember that when there is only one angle, you can call that angle B. But when you have two angles at an intersection, you cannot use angle D because there's two of them. You have to use BDC or BDE. key to name those angles. So just be careful in your angle naming. That's it for the review. If you have questions, make sure that you come to class tomorrow with those, and we will go over them before the test. Good luck in your studying. See you tomorrow.